Hey everybody, this is Charlie. When I built this system, I decided I wanted a to-do list because I kept forgetting stuff. Like I was supposed to call someone at a certain time, or I was supposed to send somebody a kit or something, and I found that I forgot about it. So I built this to-do list so that I could enter things and I would remember them. And I built it to be active when I was talking to somebody. Okay, so if I'm talking to somebody and I've got their record up here, I wanted to be able to enter a to-do item right as I was talking to them. So I'd enter in something like send kit, and I'd mark it as a to-do item. And then I'd put in the date. Maybe I'd set the date, immediately. And then I'd enter another thing like follow up. So I knew I was going to send them the kit today. And then I would follow up with a call in a week or 6 days or something. All right? And I could set it for whatever band I was working for. If I was booking my band, I'd enter it for my band. If I was booking myself solo, I could enter it for myself solo. Okay, so do you see that stuff? Whoa, it gets bright. Okay, I'd enter a to-do item. I'd set a date. I could set it for whatever band or company I was working on. I could enter in the note. Okay? So then, when I go back, I've got this tab up at the top to view my to-do list. You see that to-do list button? If I click that tab, it'll show me my to-do list. And that made sense to me, right? And I only wanted to see things that were due today or earlier. Things that I hadn't gotten done that I was supposed to get done yesterday, or stuff that I hadn't gotten done, the day before. I still needed to get it done. I wanted to see those things. I wanted to see the things that were due today, but I didn't want to see anything in the future because I wanted to focus. I just wanted to do the stuff that was due today. Okay? And as you'll notice in my calendar or in my computer, today is March 17th. And on the list here, I've got things that are from March 23rd. So that seems like it's not working. Well, in the old version of Indie Band Manager, that's true. That wouldn't be right. It shouldn't show up. Nothing should show up that is a week ahead. But now, in the new Indie Band Manager, so many people asked for this that I had to change it. So people said, I want my to-do items to show up from farther ahead, farther in advance. I was like, okay. So go into your admin prefs now, and you can set that. It's configurable, which is a new feature. And I just want you to know, especially the people who aren't, who've been using it for a long time, I don't want you to get confused. Now you've got this section here to show to-do items, and it gives you a variable day. You can enter in any number of days in advance that you want. The old version only set it to 0. That was the default, that was it. You got to see all the things that were due today or that you hadn't gotten done yet that were due in the past. But now you can see to-do items any number of days in advance that you want. So if we set that to 7 days and we go back out to the main menu and look at a to-do list, you see there's the 4 items. If we go back in here and we set the prefs to just to just 0 days again like it used to be, and we go back out and look at our to-do items, you'll see that the number of records that we find will be less. See, it's only going to find 2. The ones from the 23rd aren't on there anymore. Make sense? And again, remember this, to-do items are only the items in notes that are marked as to do and are not done. Okay? If it's marked as done, it won't show up. Now I can hit my to-do list tab and you see we'll only have 1 record because that other to-do item has been marked as done. Get it? That's why it's a to-do list. You only want to see the things that aren't done yet. Now here's the other thing though about that preferences that we can set that's a little bit different than it used to be. In the past you could only see items that were to-do items. That was it. But now I've said that you can see all types of items. Because some people asked about that too. They're like, well, can I have more things in my to-do list that I set to, for the future or that need to be done than just to-do items? I was like, okay. So now if we click on that to-do list button, you'll see that now you can set it that all these other things will show up too, like send-outs, notes that you want to follow up on, calls that you need to make. All that stuff will show up in your to-do list now if you set your preferences to do that. Okay? And again, all you have to do is go back to your main menu Go into that admin preferences and set it to whatever you want. So now you've got the ability to set it into the future. You know, as many days, the default for me was now 7. And you can either include to only do your to-do items, or you can do it for all types. Cool, huh? Okay, tell me if this helps. Talk to you soon. Bye.